Hi. So, yeah, thanks for waiting. So, yeah, I actually see now actually we have 50 students who are watching this live streaming. And yeah, we will actually start soon. Yeah, actually I trying to like add the paper over here. And what I want to tell you before the class start is actually I haven't have the time actually go through the whole paper once before this class. So maybe later I might face some question I cannot solve or whatsoever, but I hope the whole process will be very smooth. Yeah, because I want to try to do the whole paper first before I start the live streaming. But yeah, because SPM is so near and I have the IGCSE student which is O-level student, so I'm super busy about that. So and I just reached home, and yeah, I'm so happy to have all of you actually waiting me over here. Yeah, and yes, so let's have a look on the question. Just do not want to waste your time. Okay, I hope you can see the paper. Yeah, today we actually will discuss, I believe this is the modules 1. Yeah, I don't have the modules 2, so this is modules 1, but I guess this is the paper 2. Yeah, and so happy some student actually say he got A star in their IGCSE. Because IGCSE A star must be 90 and above, so that means she's doing very well. Okay, so let's have a look on this question. Okay, okay, this is modules 1 and it's paper 2. So we will actually like trying to go through the question one by one. But those questions, if need to sketch a graph, I will explain, but I will not draw the graph because there's no graph paper for me on my laptop. Right, so okay, so let's have a look on the first one. The company XYZ want to produce a kind of chocolate bar with the mold in the cuboid shape as shown in the diagram 1A. So this is cuboid obviously, and ingredients of the chocolates were provided in a cylindrical container as shown in the 1B. Alright, so you have 1B over here, and the height of the ingredient is 15y over pi. Given that the parameter of the mar, so the parameter of the mar is basically is 52. Alright, find the base area for the mouse. So you need to find the base area. Alright, so 8 mark. Okay, I guess a lot of things need to do for this kind of question. So the first thing is maybe I trying to make this one easier to read. So you have something like this over here. Okay, so what you do over here, basically you're going to pull this one over here. So of course the first thing is I want to know what is the volume here, because the volume here I'm going to throw into here. So the first idea I got is basically both of their volume will be the same. That means the volume for this cylinder will be same with the volume for this cuboid. Alright, this is how you pull into it. So we start from the cuboid first. So the cuboid actually have the volume is very simple. Just x multiply with 5 and then multiply with 4y plus x. So you should have 20xy plus 5x squared. Right, this is the volume for cuboid. And then at the same time, I will do the volume for cylinder. For volume for cylinder is pi r square, r is x, square h. The h will be 15y over pi. Alright, so find the base area of the mold. So basically the question want to find the base area for this one. So this is what we need to do. So before that, I guess we have to, I guess we actually, this is simultaneous, okay, very obvious. And then you have the parameter. So first thing I make them have the same volume first. So I'm going to write over here. So I know 20xy plus 5x squared, which is the volume of cuboid. This is for cuboid. Will equals to the volume for cylinder. So we pi x squared. Oh, alright, pi and pi I can simplify. Alright, pi and pi I simplify. So I will got 15 x squared y. Right, this one is for cylinder. Okay, this is my first equation. And I have second equation which I can form by using the parameter of the mole. So I can easily got the parameter for this mole. So example like this one, 4y plus x. Actually, I have how many line which is 4y plus x? I have 1. This is 4y plus x. I have 2. I have 3. I have 4, isn't it? So you should be able to imagine you have 4y plus x in one cuboid. Alright, you have how many 5 here? I'm going to use a red color to represent 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 4, 5 also. And then for x, you also have 4. You have 1, 2, 3, 4. So plus 4x. All plus together should equals to 52. Alright, so then you're going to substitute this equation into the another equation. So after we got all this equation, then we will just trying to solve it. So we have so limited place here. So I'm going to fully utilize the place here. So we have 16y plus 4x plus 20 plus 4x equals to 52. So therefore we have 8x. I'm going to move everything to the other side. Minus 20, which is 32, minus 16y. And everything I've divided by, the whole equation I divided by 8. So I should have x equals to 4 minus 2y. I'm going to call this one first equation. And this is my second equation, isn't it? So what I will do is I will sub the first equation into the second equation. Right, so therefore, I just sub my x into all the x here. So we have 20 xy plus 5x squared equals to, there is not enough space, so let me just scroll a bit. Okay, so 15 x squared y. Okay, so basically the x, what is my x? Is 4 minus 2y, right? So I will sub into here 4 minus 2y, 4 minus 2y. That means all the x I will change into 4 minus 2y. Okay, so where did you get the divide 8 from? Okay, I divide 8, basically the purpose of divide 8 is just I want to simplify. I want to simplify this equation. Whenever you have equal sign over here, you can divide any number you like, or you can multiply any number you like, or you can plus any number you like for both sides. Alright, but divide and multiply you actually do for every single one. Okay, why don't make the y the subject? Okay, if I make the y as a subject over here, I will have the fraction. Because you see, here you have 2y, right? You will have something like x minus 4 divided by, or 4 minus x divided by 2. And I do not like to have fractions, so I will make x as a subject in this case. Alright, so, okay, so what I will do next is basically, I will just expand it. So, over here, this one is 20y. So 20y minus 4, multiply 4, we have 80y. And then minus 40y squared. Right, then plus 5. And the 5 over here, I'm going to expand this one first. So we have 16 minus 4, 8, 16y plus 4y squared equals to 15, and then I will expand here. I will get the same thing. 16 minus 16y plus 4. Wow, there's not enough space here. Okay, let me just scroll to the other side a bit. Okay, so and then we have a 4y squared, and then multiply with y. Then basically what you need to do is you just solve this very long equation. 40y squared, let me just solve this one, plus 80 minus 80y, and then plus 20y squared equals to, okay, this is a big number. Okay, I will use 15y to multiply it. What happened? Okay, I guess because I don't like to have the y power of 3. And we have the y power of 3 here. So here we got some problem then. Pi x squared pi x squared. If I divide it by x squared, okay, let me do one more step, because here actually can I at the end I believe you still can solve, isn't it? Okay, so because over here if I multiply in, I will have the, but it's fine, never mind, just it's not fine. We have the number over here. So okay, let me just erase all this, because what? I think I will divide x for this equation first, because we have x, right? I mean divide x. So here I will divide x, here I will divide x, mean I simplify it first, because all have x. So x and x I simplify, and then I simplify. So here I have 20y plus 5x equals to 15xy. Okay, then only I substitute, because I don't like the equation become so complicated. So this is 20y plus 5x, 4 minus 2y equals to 15xy. So x will be 4 minus 2y and multiply y. Alright, then my equation will look a lot easier. So this one will be plus 20 minus 10y equals to 60 minus 30, okay, 60y minus 30y squared. Right, then I will just move everything to one side, 30y squared. I solve this one, and then this one move over here will be minus 40y. Oops, still have minus 10y here, so it will be minus 50y plus 20 equals to 0, and I will divide 10 for whole equation, so I have 3y squared minus 5y plus 2 equals to 0. Then I will factorize this one. So if I factorize this one, basically I will have 3y and y. This one I will get 2 and no, I want to get negative, so it will be 2 and 1. So negative for both. So my y is either 2 over 3 or my y is equals to 1. Right, so and then what I will do from here is basically I will want to find my x value, so I will sub back to the first equation x here. So x equals to 4 minus 2 over 3. So same thing over here, x equals to 4 minus 2 1. So this one is basically is 2. Alright, this one is 4 minus 4 over 3. 4 is 12. 12 over 3, so you actually get 8 over 3. Alright, so then we find out which one actually make more sense after we got all of this answer. This is answer for x, sorry, this is answer for x. This is answer for y, or this is answer for y, this is answer for x. Alright, so okay, let's see. Okay, just give me a moment. Let me take my calculator. Alright, so over here actually we will get two answers over here. So for the negative 50y, isn't it negative 70y? Okay, I'm a bit lost. Where do you get negative 70? The y positive 60 move here will be minus 60. Minus 60 you will get negative 40. Minus 10 negative 50. Yeah, should be negative 50, not negative 70. Why didn't you use calculator all the time? Okay, let me see, because I have two answers. I believe you should have two answers as well. Yep, x 4x plus y. Okay, so then you just use both of the answer, because you need to find the base area, right? Your objective is to find the base area. So if you want to find the base area, basically is what? Is 5 multiply 4y plus x. So therefore my area should be, okay, let me just my area should be 5 multiply 4y plus x. Then I will just substitute my x and y value into it. Yeah, so what happened is, okay, so when y equals to 2 over 3 plus x will be 8 over 3. Okay, so let's see what I will get here. So this one is 8 over 3 plus 8 over 3, 16 over 3. So the first area should be 80 over 3, or you can convert it to the decimal. Or the second answer is 5. For your x is 2, your y is your y is 1, x is 2, sorry. 1 plus 2. So this one is 5 multiplied 6. So you will get 30. Alright, so you have two value over here. And I actually have the marking scheme with me right now. And the marking scheme says the y equals to negative 2 over 3. I think that one is a typo because the y should be positive 2 over 3. So yeah, if everything alright, then we're going to move on to the next question. Okay, this simultaneous is very long because it gives you 8 marks. So you should expect that it's that long. Right, so okay, number 2. Okay, so we have the mass of the group of 10 workers in the company that would like to donate blood in a campaign. So that's held has a mean of 56 kg and the standard deviation. So basically in this case we have the mean, which is 56, and we have the standard deviation, which is 6. Right, find the sum of the mass of the worker. So yeah, sum of the mass. So we know means basically, okay, this is mean, alright, this is mean. Yeah, just different way to write mean. Is sum of the weight, sum of x over n, alright? So sum of x over n. So we know the mean is 56, and we want to find the sum of mass of all the worker. So we have 10 workers here. So basically, this one is just sum of x equals to 10 multiplied 50. So it will be 560 for number 1. Okay? Okay, so the sum of the square of the mass of the worker, that means the question actually want to find sum of x squared. And you know sum of x squared you can easily get from the standard deviation. So what I will do over here is so what I will do is I will use the standard deviation formula. So it's just basically sum of x squared over n minus the mean square. Alright, this is standard deviation formula. So I will sub every information into this formula, then I can easily get the sum of x squared. Alright, and I see some student actually says the schema jawapan say is 30 centimeter. But if you see the schema jawapan carefully, you will realize the y should equals to positive 1 and the y should equals to positive 2 over 3. But then in the answer over there, they reject the negative 2 over 3 because the length is negative, should be rejected. But then because 3y minus 2 equals to 0, yeah, it should be positive. It have to be positive. So I think there's a typo in the marking scheme there. Alright, so yeah, so I couldn't follow all the answer in the marking scheme. I'm sorry. Of course, if you find out any mistake about my video, please let me know. Yeah, I have totally no problem with that. So alright, so okay, standard deviation is equal to 6. Okay, sum of x squared is basically what I want to find. Okay, I will move the square root to the other side lah. It becomes square here. Alright, so sum of x squared is the thing I want to find. This is 10 minus mean, I got it, which is 56 square. So I just move around, then I can easily get the sum of x squared. Alright, so my sum of x squared should equals to my 6 square. I move the 56 to the other side. We will plus 56 square and then multiply 10. Alright, so I hope I don't make any mistake over here. So which is 6 square plus 56 square and then multiply 10. So should be 31720. Right, this is the answer for part 2. Okay, so it shouldn't be too difficult here. Just apply the formula. Alright, so I'm going to erase here because not enough space for me to write. Okay, if 2 new employee has the means of 46 kg, would like to donate the blood, so find the new mean and new standard deviation. Alright, this kind of question is a bit tricky. So what I want to find is, I want to know what is the total mass of them. Alright, so I will do the same thing because the mean equals to 46, right? Alright, so the mean is equals to sum of x. This one is for the new employee, so I will going to add a 2 here to represent the new employee. So divided by 2. Alright, so, and then we know the mean is basically 46. So therefore, the sum of x squared is just 92 kg. Okay, this is the total mass for these 2 employees. And then, so what happens over here? Okay, the 2 I cannot write over there. Must be sum of x2 because it's not x squared. Alright, so I can easily get the new mean. Alright. Okay, we have to find a new mean. So basically what I will do is I will use the new mean plus the old mean over there. So what happened to my question? Okay, some technical issue. Okay, so this is my not new mean. I mean this is my total mass, right? So what I will do over here is I will use the total mass just now, which is 560. I will plus the 92. Then I will get the total mass for all the 12 employee. So I say 560 plus 92. This is the total mass for 12 employee, right? So I divided by 12. Then I can get the so-called new mean, alright? So the new mean basically is just 560 plus 92 divided by 12. So I guess you should get the new mean is 54.3. Okay, so then we need to find the standard deviation. Okay, the standard deviation here is a little bit tricky here. Alright, so there is, how do I explain about the standard deviation here? Because we don't have any specific weight of each of them, because this one is the mean weight over here. Yes, I think the marking scheme has some problem, because the marking scheme actually will do some 2 multiply 46 square. Okay, what I'm trying to say is this one is okay. Let me show, because some students do not have marking scheme. Okay, this is how the marking scheme do. The marking scheme actually says something like this. They will got the, okay, this one is 31720. We know this is the sum of x squared plus 246 square over 12 minus the new mean square. Okay, but I don't get the idea how they got this one. Okay, so because of what? Okay, we try to do something like 2 multiply 46 square. See what answer we'll get over here. So basically you will get a 4232. Okay, let's say they have the mean 46, right? There's a possible one of it is 44 kg, the other one is 48. So both plus together divide 2, you actually get 46, right? So let's say it's sum of x squared, that means it should be 44 squared plus 48 squared. Let's see, do we get the same answer or not? So if you got 44 squared plus 48 squared, you will get 4240, which is the different result. So that means I personally think that this method cannot be used. And I guess this question actually miss out some information. I don't know. Please let me know if you find out something. Yeah, because if I personally think the standard deviation, we need to have at least one of the weight of one employee. So I don't think there's the way for us to get the standard deviation, but new mean, yes. Okay, so yeah, so okay, this is my idea. So of course, if you know how to do, just yeah, you can post a comment and let me know. So I will just move on. Okay, Park Ali working on a pond. So he has the 2176 fish in the pond and add 120 fish into the pond on the first days of each month starting on March 2016. Alright, so what is the number of the fish in the pond on 10 May 2017? Alright, so basically what this question want to do is they want to find, it's a progression. I guess this is progression. So I guess at the beginning you have 2176 fish. Alright, so and add 120 fish on the first day. So first day, that means after 1 day you will plus 120, then you will get 2296, and then you will plus another 120 for the next day. Alright, so this is the idea. Wow, this question is a bit challenging, I would say. So okay, so let me trying to understand the question. On the first day, on the first day of each month, alright, then still okay. On the first day of each month, so that's mean each month that they only add 120. So we want to know from March 2016 to May 2017 is how many Monday. Alright, so basically we just calculate from, okay, so let me see. They will add 120 fish into the pond on the first day of each month starting on March. So they're starting on March. So I think March they already start to add 120. So this one will be March. So from March to September, we basically we have 9 of it, and then from September to May, I think total should be 14, isn't it? So yeah. So let's say from January, February, and March, okay, to December. Okay, so over here totally we will have 10 months. Alright, we have 10 months here. I hope I'm correct. So, and then from next year, this is 2016, right? So from 2017, from January to April to May, basically we will have 5 months over here. So I guess total should be 15 months. So there's a 15 month, right? So we know our A is 2176. So this is a 15 months, so we want to find like how many fish we have, right? So we'll do T15. Okay, Tn formula is just A plus n minus 1d. So my A is 2176 plus n is 15 minus 1. Okay, d is the difference between them is positive 120. Then I will use the calculator to do this. 2176 plus 14 multiply 120. So you will have 3856. Yep, this is what I get. Yes, because I will count March over here is basically they start they will say blah 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 blah. Okay, he has this one. Okay, and add 120 fish into a pond on the first day of each month. So starting from March, so I guess on the March itself is the first time he add 120. What? Okay, if you use 15 over here, basically you sum the fish from first month until you sum the fish to the 15th month, which is the not logic, isn't it? Because you cannot say I will plus this number with this number. You cannot plus like 2176 with 2296. because you just add 120. So in this case, you cannot use Sn to solve. You can only use the Tn. You cannot use the sum of first n term. Yeah, I think the 10 may over here, the 10 is a bit confusing. So I don't care it's 10 or 15 because they only will add on the first day of each month, right? So they will start to add another 120 only on the 1st of June. So therefore 10 I will just calculate until May. But okay, then I check the answer. I'm not sure why the A they actually use 1800. I think it's a typo also. So yeah. Okay, I think use T16. Okay. In these questions, I think the very important keywords is starting in March. So that means starting in March, then we add 120. So in this case, I will assume the first term over here should be February, right? The first term over here should be February. Yeah, the first term should be February because starting March you add, right? So February you have 2176. Then on the March itself, you will actually add 120. You will plus 120. So this one is T2. Yeah, so the student is correct. So I think I will do T16 also. Yeah, because March is T2. So total plus is 15 months, right? But this March is the second term. So you basically need to plus one more term. So I guess this is T16. So this one should be 16 minus 1. So yeah, so should be 15 times 120. So the final answer should be 3976. Yeah, because we have to calculate the February. We have to calculate the February as our first month, which is this is the A, right? We actually do this value as our A. So this is first term. This is the reason why if the March is the second term, total here you have 15 months, but March is not the first term, it's the second term. So you just imagine you 2 plus 15, so you will get 16 terms. So you have to find T16. Alright, so yeah, this question is a little bit tricky. Wow, okay. It's quite hard, this paper. Alright, so I hope you can understand my explanation. Okay, then on the 15th June 2017, the fish in the pond has been infected by a disease. It is known that half of the fish in the pond will die every day, starting from the next day and the following day. Starting from the next day, okay, and the following day. State the date when all the they want to know take how many days for all the fish to actually die finish. So what we need to do is, we want to know how many fish in June 15. So I will add one more month here. So just now until May is T16, right? So when I add one more June here, now it's T17. So T17 I will do the same thing lah. So it's A plus n minus 1d. N minus 1, which is 16, d is 120. Because I want to find how many fish I have on the June 2017. So this is how I do 2176 plus 16 times 120. So I should have this fish. Alright, if each day I will actually die half of it, so that means I will multiply half, right? Then I divide that by 2. I actually get 2048. And then I will multiply half again. Alright, then this is the idea, so I will get 1024. So this one should be the first day, this one will be the second day, and you will follow again, so you will have third day. which is multiply half again, you will have 1, you have 5, 1, 2. Alright, so okay, this is the idea. So now the question asks you to state the date when all the fish in the pond will die. So what I will do is I try to find the Tn equals to 0 because there's no fish over there anymore because all the fish already die. So I try to do this one. I'm not sure can or not, but obviously this is GP, right? So GP we will use the Tn formula A R n minus 1. Alright, so but we have some problem here because we cannot log 0. But anyways, yeah, let's try first. So we have 4096, R is 1 over 2, and n minus 1 is just n minus 1 equals to 0. But the problem is we cannot log 0. Because log 0, you will get a math error. So yeah, in this case, okay, let me see. State the dates when all the fish in the pond is die. Okay, so I will say, okay, maybe only left one fish. Yeah, because obviously we have to move the n minus 1 to the front. If we move the n minus 1 to the front, we have to use a log. But log 0 basically will give you math error. Yeah, some student actually says is sum of infinity. But sum of infinity formula is basically a plus 1 minus r. And there's no way you find an n because you need to know which day. So I guess what I will do over here, yeah, I will assume it's left one day. I will assume if you left one fish. So yeah, the one fish is the minimum, but the one fish over here, yeah, actually I see the marking scheme. The marking scheme also say is one fish, but the problem is the question over here, they say all the fish in the pond is die. So if you have one fish left over there, I'm not sure what happened next day. So because they say, okay, maybe on the next day all the fish is die. Yeah, all the fish will die. Okay, so you just imagine he keep on minus, keep on decrease the fish number until one fish. So the next day they will left half number, right? That means maybe after you find Tn equals to 1, and then one more day maybe this fish will die also, then you have 0 fish. Okay, so yeah, we cannot be half fish, definitely. It doesn't make sense. So okay, let's see. When you left one fish, how long it will take for you to let one fish. So what I will do over here, this is half n minus 1. And you will get 1 over 4096. And 4096, in this case, I do need to use log because I know 4096 is 2 power of something. So this one should be 2 power of, let me see. I guess it's 2 power of 12, isn't it? Yep. This is 2 power of 12. So it's half power of 12 lah. You will get 1 over 2096. Alright, so that's mean over here, n minus 1 will equals to 12, n equals to 13. Okay, so after 13 days here, you only will left one fish. You only will left the one fish in the pond here. So there's only one fish over here. So we will assume the next day this fish will die also. Okay, so if next day this fish will die, I will assume n will equals to 13 plus 1, right? Which is 14. So I will plus 14 days from the 15 June here. So I guess the answer should be 29 June 2017. Isn't it? So Okay, does 2000, okay, let me see. 1 day. Okay, okay. Is sorry, date always need to minus 1. Date always needs to minus 1 because the 4096 for this one, okay, this one is basically is 15 June. Okay, this one is 15 June. So if this one is a 15 June, this is our A, then we cannot plus 14 because this one is our first date, right? So 29 over here, you need to minus 1, become 28. Because this one is the first day, right? This A is our first day. So this one basically is our second day. So therefore, I guess the answer is 28th of June. Yeah. Alright, so it's very confusing. If I do this paper myself, I might get wrong also. I don't like about the day thingy, like because some primary student actually asked me about the date thing. Yeah, and I heard their teacher say you always need to minus 1 for all the dates, and now I know why. Alright, so let's move on to the next question. Alright, so okay, I hope we don't have those like very confusing question. Okay, in the diagram 4, OPQ is a triangle with OP. Okay, so OP is OP is 5P, OQ is just Q. Okay, so R and S lies on the lines of OP and PQ respectively with this one. Alright, so okay, let's figure out the fraction here. Okay, OR. So normally I don't like about this kind of fraction thingy. So I will make it into a ratio. Okay, this is OP, sorry. So I will make it into a ratio. What I will do over here is I move the OP to the other side. Mean divide. I will left 3 over 5. So therefore I know OR ratio OP will equal to 3 ratio 5. Okay, this is what I always do in vector topic. So OR is 3, then I know OR is 3. OP is 5, so here will be 2. Alright, so I will do the same thing for PS. So if PS, I will move the PQ to the other side. You will get 2 over 3. So PS ratio PQ is equal to 2 ratio 3. Because this one, I no need to imagine the fraction thing. I can straight away get it from the ratio. So if PS is 2, PQ is 3, this is 1. Alright, so then it will look a lot easier. Okay, so then we see the question. Okay, the straight line OQ is extend to T such that OT equals to the mu OQ. Alright, so and then they ask you to find the RS and ST. Alright, so we do the RS first. Where is RS? RS is here, right? Okay. Okay. So I will say RS, I will say is equals to RP plus PS. Okay, now we have to solve this thing. Okay, we want to find the RP. We have OP, right? So I know RP basically will equals to 2 out of 5 of OP, isn't it? And for PS I know basically is 2 out of 3 of PQ. Okay. Of course, we don't have PQ over here, but we know PQ is PO plus OQ, right? Then we can solve the whole thing already. Alright, so let me just write over here. So you have 2 over 5 of OP. OP is 5P. Plus 2 over 3 of PQ. PQ is PO plus OQ. So this is 5 and 5. I simplify is 2P plus 2 over 3. Okay, PO is negative 5P and OQ is just a Q here. So then we will solve this one, definitely. This is 2P minus 10 over 3P plus 2 over 3Q. So yeah, 2 will be 6. So you'll get negative 4 over 3P plus 2 over 3Q. I guess this is the answer for RS. Okay, then I will do the, okay, let me write it down first. Maybe later I need to use it. Rs equals to negative 4 over 3p plus 2 over 3q. Alright, then I will do the same thing for st. Okay, so I will do the st here. Maybe I'm using blue. Alright, st, where is st? Alright, you need to find the st. Oh my god. There's a t there. If there's a t, we should have a mu icon over there. Yeah, so anyways, we just do it. So I will say s to t is sq plus qt. I will say it's sq plus qt. Alright, so for sq, we know it's 1 over 3 of pq. Okay, it's 1 over 3 of pq. And pq, we just got it just now, is po plus oq, right? And qt, we already got it. Qt equals to the mu oq. Oq is basically q. Alright, so this one is 1 over 3 negative 5p plus q, and then plus the mq. Alright, I'm going to call it m lah. It's easier for me to say. So it's negative 5 over 3p plus 1 over 3q plus mq. So I will group the q together. I will plus 1 over 3 plus mq. Alright, this is the st. Yeah, I hope my st is correct. Okay, so yeah, I will write the st over here lah. Maybe later I will need to use it. So negative 5 over 3p plus 1 over 3 plus mq. Alright. So given that RST, where's, okay, RST is a straight line. Okay, so now the question tell you RS and T is a straight line. So basically what we do is we actually connect them. It should look like a straight line, okay? So even though this is not. So, okay, RS will equals to lambda ST. Yeah, very nice because I have RS and I have ST. Okay, so I will just plug in whatever I have. RS is over here, isn't it? So it's negative 4 over 3p plus 2 over 3q equals to lambda. And then ST, I have the ST over here also. I will just plug it in. Negative 5 over 3p plus 1 over 3 plus mq. Alright, then you know the next step you need to do is basically comparing. But before I comparing, I will just multiply the lambda into it first. So, okay, this one is a bit troublesome. So I say like this lah. Lambda q. Alright, so this is what I have. Then the next thing I will do is comparing. So I will comparing p first. So over here, I will say comparing p. So p for both sides, this for my left hand side is negative 4 over 3, isn't it? And for my right hand side is negative 5 over 3 lambda. So I can find the lambda easily. The lambda should be 4 over 5. Alright, so and then the next thing I will do is I will comparing q. Because I have the lambda already. So I will comparing q. So the q for over here is 2 over 3. Over here is a lot of things here. So 2 over 3 equals to 1 over 3 plus m. And we have the lambda, right? Lambda is 4 over 5. Alright, so I will move the 4 over 5 to the other side first lah, definitely. It will become 5 over 4. Alright, equals to 1 over 3 plus m. I guess we can simplify this one. 2 will become 5 over 6. The 1 over 3m I will move to the other side, minus 1 over 3. So, yeah, this one should be 2 over 6, right? So you will get m equals to 1. So I guess the answer for lambda is 4 over 5. And the m should equals to 1. And am I... Oops, sorry. My math is not good. Okay, this one should be 2 over 6. So you will get 3 over 5 over 6 minus 2 times 2 times 2, right? 2 over 6. So you will get 3 over 6, which is 1 over 2. Oh, yeah, which is 1 over 2. Does it make sense? Where is M? OT and OQ and QT. Yeah, 1/2 is makes a lot of sense. Alright, so I guess this is the answer for M. Alright, so even though the answer say M is 3/2, but I get half and I don't find any mistake in my working, so I will just assume it is half, even it's different with the marking scheme. Alright, so which question are we right now? Okay, we are in the question 4 only. Wow, there's still very long time to go. Okay, so let's move on. Let me drink some water first. Yeah, so far, do you have any problem? I hope I can finish before 12 because I have a morning class tomorrow. So yeah, so I try to finish as soon as possible. We have how many questions here? Okay, let me see. How many questions do we have it here? Wow, there is a lot of questions, man. Up to question 14, 15. Wow. Okay, I try to see how much I can finish, alright? Yeah, because your exam is just next week, so yeah, see how much I can help. Alright, let's come to the log here. Okay, so for this log, you want to actually like show that it's actually divisible by 2. So what we will do is basically we will actually simplify it. So this one over here you have is 5 power of n multiply 5 power of 2 plus 10. This one is 5 power of n over 5 power of 1. Alright, minus 17 5 power of n. Alright, so therefore over here you have 25 5 power of n plus simplify is 2 5 power of n minus 17 5 power of n. Okay, so what you need to do is just imagine 5 power of n is the apple. Alright, so right now you have 25 apple plus 2 apple, so you have 27 apple, right? 27 apple minus 17 apple, so basically you have 10 apple. Alright, so if you have 10 apple here, of course we know 10 basically is 2 multiply 5, isn't it? Multiply 5 power of n, so it's 2. This is 5 power of 1, right? So 5, 1 plus n. So do you find this? You have a 2 here, so therefore this number definitely can divide it by 2. Then over here I will write Sean. Why will you have 30 apple? 25 plus 2 is 27. 27 minus 17 should be 10, right? Yeah, I hope I'm correct. Right, so then we go to the second part. They ask you to actually solve it. Yeah, if you don't like apple, you can change to orange, or you can change to Lego. You can change to anything you like. It doesn't matter as long as you got the answer. Right, so let's do about this one. So for B, first thing is I realize all of them have the different base. So what I will do is I will make them have the same base lah. So maybe I make all of them have the base 3. So whichever have no base 3, I will do the change base process. Okay, so I have log base 3 here, log base 3 here. So this is 81, this is P. And then I multiply. This one I will say log base 3 here over log base 3 here. This is P power 3Q. This one is Q. And then the whole thing equals to 9. Alright, then the next step I will do is I will simplify. Alright, so log 381 equals to 4, right? You can use the calculator or you change 81 to 3 power of 4. Okay, this is log 3p. And and then I multiply the 3q, I will move to the front, so you have 3q multiply log 3p over log 3q equals to 9. Then you realize that actually you can simplify log 3p and log 3p and log 3q and log 3q. Alright, then I only left 12q equals to 9. So q equals to 9 over 12, which is 3 over 4. Okay, done. Yeah, if you like watermelon, you can always use watermelon or durian or sunkist or mango. Yeah, you can use any fruit you like. I don't mind. Alright, so okay, move on to probability distribution. Probability distribution seldom coming out in part A. Normally it's in part B or C. Okay, so how about P? What do you don't have P. So over here the question do the question ask you to find P also? The question doesn't ask you to find P, they ask you to solve the equation. If you want to find P is maybe you can substitute the Q back into it. You can substitute the Q back into the equation, then you should be able to find P if you want. Yes, you can direct multiply, no problem. And end up you still need to simplify lah. Because if you can't simplify here, almost impossible to solve this equation. Because of what? This equation itself, you have two unknown over here, which is P and Q. Alright, so if you have two unknown here, but you only have one equation, there's no way you do the simultaneous. If you can't do simultaneous, there's no way you can do. So if you have more than one unknown in one equation, normally the only way we can do is we using the comparing. Mean we're comparing whatever I have for left hand side and right hand side. Yeah, use the comparing method. But in this case, I don't think we can use the comparing methods. So yeah, I guess a simplified is the smarter way. Alright, so let's have a look on this question. Tronics company produce an electronic device. The probability that the device does not function properly. So does not function properly is 0.15. Okay, so Mr. Elect's quality control supervisor know that the lengths of the electronic device are normal distributed. So he gives you the mean is 8 and standard deviation is 0.1. So okay, so Tony have the 10 device from the Tronic company. Find the probability that more than 8 devices are function properly. Alright, this question is a little bit tricky here because the value he gives you is does not function properly is 0.15. But over here they ask you to find function properly. So you cannot assume 0.15 as your P. So you have to assume 0.15 is your Q because P is normally the probability of success or the probability you want. So in this case, since the Q is 0.15, I know P is 1 minus it, which is 0.85. And I know Q is 0.15. Alright, and then I can easily do this question for A. So since they want more than 8, right? So I will say X is equals to 9 plus probability X is equals to 10. Then I will use the formula, which is the what? NCR and then PR Q N minus R. Okay, I will use this formula X minus. So I will use this formula to actually sub into here because we have N. What is our N? Our N is 10, right? We have N, we have P, we have Q, and we have R. R in this case is 9 and 10. Alright, then you just do some substitution. Yeah, so okay, let me write at the bottom. Later I erase it. So I will have 10 C9, 0.85 power of 9, and 0.15 power of 1. Alright, plus 10 C10, 0.85 power of 10, and then 0.15 power of 0. Of course, I can ignore it if power of 0, but I just write it to give you some idea. So 10 C9 multiply 0.85 power of 9 and multiply 0.15 power of 1 plus 10 C10 is 1, alright? 10 C10 is 1 So 0.85 power of 10. You should get the answer is 0.5443. How do you know whether the value given is P or Q? Alright, so okay, P is the probability you want in that question. So if this question they want to find the probability of the device function properly, so function properly over here will be my P. So if function properly will be P, then Q will be function not properly or not function properly. So P plus Q is always equals to 1. So if let's say I say P is a probability of raining is 0.3, Q will be a probability of not raining. Not raining will be 0.7 because both plus together need to be equals to 1. So therefore, if the question asks me about I want to find the probability of raining more than 3 days. So since P is a raining, right, then you can use the P as a raining. Okay, but if the question says I want to find the probability of not raining, then I will change this one become Q and this one become P. I hope I do answer your question, Nico. Okay, how do know we need to use MPR formula? Okay, because for NCR question, which is the probability distribution question, you can easily see the pattern. Okay, so the pattern is you always can get the value of n, and then you always can get the value for p, and then of course you can get the value of q, and you have all this information. Normally I will use the NCR formula to solve, but in past year question, we do have the question which you can use normal probability method to solve as well. Alright, so yeah, in this case we will have to use the NCR formula. So I normally get confused with 10C10. So yeah, 10C10 you can type in the calculator, and if you ask me why 10C10 equals to 1, of course I can explain a little bit. Okay, just give me a moment. Okay, so if this is a formula for NCR, which is n factorial over n minus r factorial. So what happens to 10C10? So your n is 10, your r is 10, right? So this is 10 factorial over 10 minus 10 factorial. 10 minus 10 is 0. 0 factorial is just 1. So 10 factorial and 10 factorial is simplified, you get 1. Of course, you can always use the calculator to actually, you just type in your calculator 10C10. Yeah, it's always equals to 1. But I just want to mention 10C10 is not equals to 10P10. They are totally not the same because their formula is not the same as well. Alright, so yeah, so that's all for part A. Let's go to the part B. Okay, for part B over here, they ask you to choose the probabilities. The length of the device is between this one. Alright, so okay, when you got something like this, you know basically you have to do the bell-shaped diagram. So I know I will assume x is the length of the device. So the length of the device should be between 7.96 to 8.03. So yeah, this is permutation, probability distribution, right? Probability distribution. So each of the number over here, I will need to minus mean divided by standard deviation, because this is the formula for z, which is x minus mean over standard deviation. So what is my mean over here? Sorry, yeah, mean is 8. So this one minus 8 divided by 0.1. So when I do this, the x will change into the z. Alright. So this is 8.03 minus 8 divided by 0.1. Of course, I will use the calculator for this one. 0.96 minus 8 divided by 0.1. So yeah, you will get a negative 0.4. And then this one is 0.03 divided 0.1 is 0.3, I guess. Yeah, it's 0.3. Alright, so now you need to find the area for this part. So I will actually sketch this one out to give you some idea. So this is a middle. So this part, let's say this is negative 0.4. Let's say this is 0.3. This one is just assume, because some students ask me, how do you know 0.3 is over there? Or how do you know negative 0.4 is over there? This one is just roughly, alright? Just assume. So I need to find this area. But normally I want to find this kind of area. What I will do is I will use 1 to minus the area I do not want, which is the green color one. I hope you can see. So what I will do is I will use 1 to minus the green color part. Then I can get the red color, because total area for bell-shaped diagram is equals to 1. Okay, so for this part over here, I'm going to call it part A and part B lah. Easier for me to explain. For part A over here is that z is less or equals to negative 0.4, plus part B over here is that z is bigger or equals to 0.3. Alright, then what happened here? Okay, some students cannot see. Okay, what happened here is, okay, I said whenever you see less and negative happen together, you can easily change them to bigger, because they are the same. Alright, whenever you see less and negative, you always can straight away change it to the bigger and ignore the negative. And then both is positive and bigger, right? Then you can find the table. So I will find the table 0.4 and 0.4 and 0.3 lah. So I have the table over here. So where is my 0.4? This is my 0.4, this is my 0.3. So 0.40, I will get this two value. So just now I need to use the 1 to minus both of these value, right? So I will use the 1 to minus 0.3821 and minus 0.3446. Right, so yeah, 1 minus 0.3821 minus 0.3446. So basically you will get the final answer is okay, 0.277733. So therefore, okay, this one over here, yeah, you should get something like minus 0.3821 minus 0.3446. Then you will get 0.2733. Okay, so yeah, this is how I do this 3-mark question. Yeah, we have some question in the chat room here. So how do you know where to shade the graph when you get the negative like 0.4? Alright, so it's quite simple, because in the bell-shaped diagram over here, right? Oops. Okay, in the bell-shaped diagram over here, you just imagine the middle line is something like y-axis. So if my z value is negative, right, I will shade. So here is the negative zone. This part over here is negative. So I will randomly draw one line in the negative here. So here, if the positive, let me use other color lah. So if positive, I'm going to write this is the z value. Positive will be here, negative will be on the other side. At this part, are we supposed to use the distribution table or calculator? Yeah, you can use both. Yeah, but I kind of forget how to use calculator already. Even like last year, I actually make a video to teach students how to use the calculator. Yeah, but I forgot already. Normally, I just use the distribution table. Is SPM, you get 0 mark for using calculator. Alright, so sir, how do we know to use 1 minus the red part? Okay, or to get the green part. Okay, in this case, we are actually use the 1 to minus the green part in order to get the red color part. Okay, so because of what? Because in your z value table, the maximum value is only 0.5. So maybe this area over here is more than 0.5. So if more than 0.5, that means there's no way we can actually find the Z value table. But maybe it's less than 0.5, we do not know. But what we understand about the Z value table is, okay, the Z value table, they always find, okay, your Z value table is only for this area only. And then the table always go right hand side, because you can find out from your Z value table, you only get the positive value. You don't have any negative value in your Z value table. If you see carefully in your Z value table, okay, let me just show you. So you can find out your Z value is from 0 to 3. All of this one is the positive value. You don't have any negative value here. And your maximum value is 0.5. So that's mean you can never get the value like 0.6, 0.7 from your table. So what you need to do is basically you need to use the 1, which is the total, to minus the smaller part. Okay, if you still confused like how do I actually get all this area, please go to check out my probability distribution video, because I have few video about that and I explain like step by step how to find all this shaded area. So I hope that one can help you. Why 1, not 0.5? Okay, so for the bell-shaped diagram, half of it is 0.5. The other half of it is 0.5. So I sum together, which is 1. This is the reason why it's 1 for the one whole part. Alright, and okay, oh, I see. So the plus blah 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 0.5. Okay, yeah. So I guess I answered most of the question. So let me move on, because we have limited time, unless you all want to accompany me until midnight. Okay, number 7 here. They ask you to prove this one, just 2 marks, so I assume it shouldn't be too difficult. So this is sine x. Okay, both also have sine x. I'm going to factorize out the sine x lah. This is cotangent square x plus 1. Alright, and then we know the cotangent square x plus 1 is equals to secant square x, alright? Okay, this is just a formula, alright? So if you don't know about this formula, I can show you. Cotangent square x plus 1. Where is it? Okay, this formula, I think they forget to type the square. Must have the square here. Okay, yeah, all of these have the square. Maybe some typing error. Okay, so you can see cotangent square x plus 1, you will get cosecant square. So this is the reason why you will get the cosecant square over there. So okay, so the next thing I will do from here, cosecant is 1 over sine square x. Okay, sine square x means sine x square. So square and sine I simplify. I got 1 over sine x, which is cosec x. Okay, then I write proven. Yeah, so okay, one student actually asked about the probability. If you want to change the probability to percentage, so basically you just multiply 100%. Or you want to change the percentage into probability, you just divide 100. Alright, I hope I do answer your question. So let's move on to another question. Write down the equation of this one. Alright, so for this one, basically what I will do is, okay, so I will see in 2 pi, the cos actually have how many cycle? The cos actually, you will see they have 1 cycle, another half cycle here. So it's 1.5 cycle. So 1.5 cycle here, I know this one is the b value. So of course, if 1.5, I write in the fraction, which is 3 over 2. So first thing is, I know this is cos 3 over 2x, because it's 1.5 cycle. Alright, and then I will check the amplitudes. Suppose it's 1 and negative 1, so become 2 and negative 2. The a is just 2, right? So I add a 2 here. Alright, so then I done. This one is my equation. Just like this, they give you 3 marks. Let me see, is it? Okay, just like this. Yeah, the formula above have the square one, because the three identity formula, right, actually all have square. Alright, so okay, just like this. I guess there's nothing much I can say. Okay, so yeah, should be very easy, right? So I do not know what I want to explain further about this graph. Okay, so okay, let's have a look on the second one. They ask you to sketch 1 minus fx. So 1 minus, okay, y equals to 1 minus fx. This one is your fx, right? So it'll be minus 2 cos 3 over 2x. So before I want to draw this one, I was trying to rearrange this one. Is negative 2 cos 3 over 2x plus 1. I prefer write like this because I have the better mind on how to draw this one. Okay, this is how I draw. I will actually draw on some area here. Okay, this is my y-axis and this is my x-axis. I will make my x-axis lower a bit because need to plus 1. Alright, so the first thing is plus 1, so I will draw a line on 1 here. Okay, because plus 1, I will draw on positive 1. And then the amplitude is 2. I don't care it's positive 2 or negative 2. The amplitude is still 2. So 2, that means from the 1 here, I'm going to go up 2 unit. I'm going to come down 2 unit. Alright, so this is my maximum. And this is my maximum and minimum. So therefore, of course, I know my value is just 1 plus 2, which is 3. And then 1 minus 2, which is negative 1. Okay. Of course, the plus 2 and minus 2 over here, I just show you in the exam, you don't do this. Alright, then I guess I'm done. And I have the negative, that means my cos graph is like this, right? So negative is mean you basically, you flip over, your graph will look like this. Alright, so, okay, then I will just draw it. But because it's 3 over 2, right? So I have 1.5 cycle. So therefore, I will have 1.5. I have 1 cycle and another half cycle. So over here, this is my 2 pi. And of course, you can follow back whatever they give you lah. But if you can't follow whatever they give you, then oops, it's actually hang a bit already. Ayo. Okay, never mind. So I will just teach you how to label all this. Okay, we got 1.5 cycles, so I will trying to divide them into the different part. Okay, so 1 part, 2 part, 3 part, 4 part, 5 part, 6 part. So you have 2 pi, right? You want to divide 6. So that means if I 2 pi divided by 6, I will get pi over 3. Isn't it? So the first one will be pi over 3. 2 pi over 3, 3 pi over 3 is pi, and then this one is 4 pi over 3, and then this one will be 5 pi over 3, and the last one is 6 pi over 3, which is 2 pi. Alright, then you will get full mark for that. Okay, so yeah, this is positive 1, this is positive 3 and negative 1. The middle one value is 1. Alright, so I guess you all, okay, why is terbalik? Because your amplitude have the negative value, then you need to terbalik. If this is positive 2, then you can draw the normal cos graph, which is this one when they are positive. You will do this one when it's negative. Okay, the amplitude is negative, you have to terbalik. Not negative 3. What about the dotted line? Can we leave it like that? Yeah, dotted line, you better leave it like that. Okay, so yeah, actually you can see it's hang already, right? So I will need to restart my OneNote. Yeah, normally I can't open it for too long. I'm not sure why. Okay, so everything go back to the original. So I will just zoom it first. And then I will scroll it to the question. Which question are we just now? Yeah, it's over here. So Oh my god, I need to redraw the graph. Okay, then I will just redraw this one quickly. So we have the equation, so like what I said just now. So basically, the maximum here will be 3. The minimum here will be -1. Because must be 2 unit and 2 unit here because your amplitude is 2. Alright, then I will draw 1.5 cycle because the B is 3 over 2, which is 1.5. So which is the 1 cycle and another half. Forget to draw the palette. Okay, it's 1 cycle and another half cycle. Alright, so here will be let me use the black one. This is 2 pi. Just now we already did, right? So this one is pi over 3. So this one will be 2 pi over 3. This one will be pi. And then this one will be 4 pi over 3. This one will be 5 pi over 3. Oh no, pi is over here, sorry. It's not this one, it's not this one. It's the dotted one. Okay, so this one will be 5 pi over 3. Okay, because we haven't finished, the next part actually we want to draw one more line. Hence, using the graph in part B2, which is here, B2. Okay, sketch the straight line. So straight line is normally quite easy. So what I will do over here is I need to have the y in this equation. So therefore, I don't have any 1, right? So I will plus 1 for both sides. So you see what happened here. This is 5 over 2, right? I will plus 1 here. The 1 is I plus it myself one. I use a red color to give you some idea. Okay, minus fx minus pi over x over pi. But I plus 1, I have to plus 1 for both sides. I cannot simply plus 1 for one side. Why I want to plus 1? Because I want to get a y. Do you see a y here? It's exactly the same, right? Then the next thing I will do is I will call it y. So the other thing I will move to the other side lah. So this one, I will move the x over pi to the other side. I will get a positive x over pi. And then this one I move to the other side will minus 5 over 2 plus 1 minus 5 over 2. Then my y is basically x over pi plus this is 2 over 2, so which is negative 3 over 2. So we minus 3 over 2. Okay, so yeah, whoever want to go to rest, you can go to rest, no problem. So yeah, then I will need to draw this line. So whenever you draw a straight line, you know basically you need to form a table x and y. So you need to form a table x and y. So because my range over here, you can see is from 0 to 2 pi, right? So my value here, I will use 0 and 2 pi as well. Unless the 2 pi is out of range, then I will just find pi maybe. Okay, when x is 0, it's very easy. You get negative 3 over 2. Okay, when x is 2 pi sub into the x here, you will get 2 minus this one, which is 1 over 2. Then I will plot these two coordinates into the diagram here. So 0 will be negative 1.5, which is somewhere here. Okay, when x is 2 pi, you will get half, which is somewhere here. Then what you need to do is use the ruler to connect it. Okay, this one is freehand one lah. Of course, if you use the ruler, should be a lot more nicer. And then they ask you to state the number of solution. Number of solution mean intersection point, which we know we intersect how many points here? 1, 2. Okay, so number of solution will be 2. Alright, I hope this one can give you some idea how to do this kind of question. Alright, so this is the question number 7. Not yet finished. Oh yeah, I finished already. This is Malay version. Alright, so okay, we will actually break for 5 minutes. Yeah, because it's quite tiring. Because if you sit over there, listen to me about 1.5 hours, I think you're very tiring also. So let's break about 5 minutes and I go to drink some water and you all just take some rest, and then we continue after 5 minutes. Okay? Okay, let's go back to the question. Yeah, I hope. Okay, so I hope this year will be easier than last year. Yeah, I also hope this year will be easier than last year. But normally you should expect at least 20% K-Bar question will be there. This is now the SPM standard. Alright, so okay, let's have a look on the question number 8 here. So on the question number 8 over here, okay, so the diagram 8 show a sector OAD. So obviously you can see OAD sector there. And it's given that OA is 10, okay, and AB is 8, BC is 5. So everything is stated except the BC is 5 here. Okay, so I will write for you. Alright, and then OD and OC is 5:6. OD is 5, OC is 6. OD is 5, OD is 5, OC is 6. Alright, this is a bit not in skill, so this one will be 1 because OC is 6, OD is 5. So here will be ratio 1. Alright, so find the radian AOD. So basically you need to find this angle. So in order to find this angle, the first thing is I will form the right angle triangle by myself because I know this is 5, right? Because this one need to be same with BC. This is 5 cm. This 5 is a ratio. This 2 is a ratio. It's not the centimeter. It's not the centimeter, right? So yeah, I can find this angle easily. AOD maybe. I will say opposite hypotenuse, which I will use sine. So I will move the sine to the other side, which is 5/10. Then because this topic, I will leave my answer into radian. This one should be half. Half should be 30 degree. 30 degree, which is pi/6. Alright, this answer will be pi/6. Or you can leave into the decimal if you want. So shift sign 1/2. So it should be 0.5236 radian. Okay, if you want to leave in decimal or you want to leave in like that, both also okay. Alright, so the perimeter of the shaded region, and then you want to find the area of the shaded region. So okay, so the next thing I will do is I will need to find the length here. So I know here will be 10, right? Okay, if 10 is equal to ratio 5, so I know one ratio equals to 2, right? So here will be 2 cm. And the whole thing here will be 10. Alright, so the question asked me to find the perimeter of the shaded region. So I know it's 2 plus 5 plus 8. And then I need to find the arc length of AD. So I will say perimeter of shaded region is basically equals to the arc length for AD is just r theta. R theta, which is pi/6 plus this is the arc length of AD, alright, and then plus 8 plus 5 plus 2. Alright, then I can easily get my answer. So I will plus 8 plus 5 plus 2. So my answer should be 20.24 centimeter. And the third part, they asked me to find the shaded region, of the area of shaded region. So area of shaded region. So basically what I will do over here is I will use the whole trapezium. Minus the area of sector. Alright, so trapezium, we have to use a trapezium formula. This is 8 here, and then here will be 10 plus 2, which is 12 here. This is 5. Alright, this one I will get pi/6, which is the angle. This is 10. Alright, then I will just apply everything into the formula. The area of trapezium, it will be half A plus B multiply with height minus area of sector is half r square theta. R is 10 square, theta is pi/6. Alright, all this is just a formula. So this is 20, so 10, this is 50. Alright, so, and then this one, I will use calculator. 1 over 2 multiply 100 multiply pi over 6. So, minus 25 over 3 pi. So you'll get 50 minus this answer. You should get 23.82 centimeter square. Right, this kind of question is considered very easy. You just make sure you need to remember this is a formula for arc length. And then you also need to remember the formula of area of sector, which is A equals to half r squared theta. Alright, just remember both of these formula for this topic. Okay, so still not yet. Okay, done. Number 9. Okay, so the diagram 9 will show the quadrilateral ABCD given that AB equals to 4AE. So AB will equals to 4AE. So AE multiply 4 times, you will get AB. Alright, so okay, and then CF will equals to 1 over 3 CB. Okay, so okay, and AD equals to AE. AD was equals to AE, so here will be same length. Okay, so and EC will equals to EB. EC will equals to EB. Okay, here is another same length here. Okay, and it's parallel to y-axis. Alright, so a point move through a D, a point P move through the point D and point E with a center center A. Okay, so therefore we know we actually have a circle here because we were through this one. I mean they were through like this and then with the center A. Okay, so this is locus lah. So later I will do something like AP will equals to the distance here. Alright, so yeah, this one is for locus. Okay, find the coordinate F first. So we don't care about all this first. We find F first. Where's F? Okay, so just now we have a thing like this, right? Okay, so CF equals to 1 over 3 CB. Like what we do for vector just now, we change this one into... Okay, this is not the vector, sorry. Like what vector do, we'll change it into the fraction first. I move the CB to the other side, divide CB. And then I will get the ratio from the fraction. It's 1:3. So CF will be 1, so it'll be 1. CB will be 3, so here will be 2. Alright, so okay, then in order to find F, we need to know about coordinates. We need to know about the coordinates C. Okay, do I have any equation? Okay, this is a -1, 1 here. Of course, we can find the whole distance from A to B, but we need to know the distance from A to E. Oh, we have another things. Yeah, we have this one, right? Okay, so let's find the distance AB. I will use the distance formula, which is x minus x, so 7 minus -1 plus 1 square plus y minus y, -1 minus -1 plus 1 square. So which is 0 here. So here will be 8. So AB will be 8 unit. So if AB is 8 unit here, just now we know AB, okay, AB is 8, right, equals to 4AE. So here, AB equals to 4AE. So AB is 8 equals to 4AE. So I know the distance of AE is 8 divided by 4, right? So which is 2. So we know here is 2, so here will be 6. So here will be 6 unit. Okay, so if here is 6 unit here, yeah, and then we know here this one is parallel to the x-axis, so we can easily know the coordinate of this one because it's 2 unit, right? So -1, 0, 1. So the coordinate of E is just 1, -1. And this line, I mean CE is parallel to y-axis, right? So from -1 plus 6 unit here, -1 plus 6 unit, I will get 5. So this one is 1, 5. Alright, I got the coordinate C. So after I got the coordinate C, I can get the F easily by using the ratio formula. The ratio formula is mx1 plus nx2 over m plus n, comma my1 plus ny2 over m plus n equals to xy. Alright, so the xy will be the coordinate F here. Alright, so m and n is just the ratio. Okay, this one will be m and n. So I will call m must be multiplied the further x, right? So I will say 1 multiply 7 plus n is 2 multiply 1. Alright, you just something like cross over multiply lah. Alright, so m plus n is 1 plus 2. So here I will do 1 multiply the further x, which is -1, plus 2 multiply the further y, which is 5, over 1 plus 2. So I will get the answer for xy. So therefore, over here I will have 9 over 3, which is 3. And then this one, 10 minus 1, 9 over 3, 3. Alright, the coordinate F is basically 3, 3. So 2 minus 1 for coordinate E. No, coordinate E is not 2, -1. Because what? You are from here is -1, right? If this is -1, we move 2 units. You will get 1. You will not get 2 in the x coordinate. It's 1. If not mistaken. Okay, so let's move on. So we found F. So the equation of the straight line, which is perpendicular to BC, has passing through D. Equation of the straight line perpendicular to BC. Where is BC? Okay, and then we're passing through D. Okay, perpendicular to BC. So, okay, so let me erase all this because we're not going to use it. Of course, the coordinate F may be useful. I don't know. So that means you have one line which is perpendicular to BC, and then that line will actually passing through D. Alright, so over here, what I need to do is, of course, I need to find the gradient of BC first. So gradient of BC, I will use a gradient formula, y minus y1, okay, x minus x1, so 1 minus 7. So basically, I have 6 over -6, which is -1. So if gradient of BC is -1, so the gradient for this line is +1, because m1 times m2 equals to -1 for perpendicular. The formula is m1 multiply m2 equals to -1, right? So if one of the gradient is -1, the other gradient will be +1. Alright, then we need to what? So because we need to have one point. Oh yeah, we can easily get the coordinate D, right? The coordinate D will be -1. Okay, from -1 you go up 2 unit, right? So it will be 1. So I will use this one. So to substitute into my formula, y minus y1 equals to m, x minus x1. So since I have the gradient is 1, so it's 1 minus my y is 1. 1 minus 1 equals to 1, x plus 1 minus -1, right? So y will equals to x plus 2. Okay, this is the equation of the line. Yeah, cannot be midpoint because the question doesn't say is the midpoint of CF, so we cannot simply assume it is the midpoint. Alright, so yeah, we done this part, Let's have a look on C. So find the area of quadrilateral ABCD. So do we have all the points? Yes, we have all the points. It's very easy. So let me just write down the coordinate. A is -1, 1. B is 7, -1. And C will be, what's my coordinate? C here, 1, 5. and my D will be negative 1, 1. Alright, and then the question asks me to find the area ABCD. Then I just sub into the area formula. We half, and then I write A, B, C, D. Repeat the first one. Repeat the A. Right, and then you should know how to use this one. It's just like multiply like this, and then you will multiply the opposite direction. Alright, so I hope you get the idea how I will do it. So 1 over 2. So I get negative 1 times negative 1 is 1. 7 times 5 is 35. And 1 times 1 is 1. Negative 1 times 1 is minus 1. Minus negative 1 times 1 is negative 1. Negative 1 times 5 is negative 5. 1 multiply negative 1 is negative 1. 7 multiply 1 is plus 7. I hope I don't make any carry mistake here. So therefore, you got half. Cancel, cancel. This one is 36. This one is 0. So the answer should be 18 unit square. Right, so should be like this. So let me just double confirm my coordinates. I hope all the coordinate is. Oops, I guess I do miss up some. Yeah, A is negative 1, negative 1. Oh my god. So this is negative 1. Okay, A is double of negative 1 here. Then okay, let's redo it. Because A is negative 1. Alright, so okay, 1 times negative 1, positive 1. 7 plus 35. 1 times 1 is plus 1. Negative 1 times negative 1 is plus 1. Alright, minus negative 1 times 1 is negative 1. Negative 1 times this one minus 5. Minus 1. And minus 7. Okay, then only we do again. This is 38. Minus. Alright, over here you have some big number, not very big. So it's 7, so it will be plus 14. I hope I don't make any mistake here. So this one should be 38 plus 14 divided by 2. Area will be 26 unit square. Okay, so in the area formula, shouldn't the first coordinate repeated twice instead of 1? No, only repeat 1 time. I mean repeat. Okay, it's something like this. This is A, B, C, D. So you repeat 1 time, which is the A will be here. Or you call this one repeat twice. Yes, it may be. Yeah, this is how we do the ABCD. Yeah, and I found a different answer with marking scheme. So marking scheme start with the C, and then B, and then A, C, B, A, and then donkey, and repeat the first one. Yeah, I'm not sure why my answer is different with the marking scheme. Let me just double check the marking scheme over here. Yeah, the marking scheme multiply wrongly, because 7 multiply 5 is 35. The marking scheme actually said 12. They just plus it. Should be multiply. Alright, so this answer is correct. Alright, so last we have to find the locus P. So I say just now, you will have a circle here. You have circle here, and this circle actually center A here, and we know the radius of the circle here is just 2 because AD is 2 and AE is 2. So therefore this locus, the whole locus, this one is P. Right, so I will say AP is equals to 2 because this is what I get for the locus. So therefore, in order to find the locus P, I will need to solve this equation. So square root for coordinate A and P. A is just -1, -1. P is just xy. Because we don't have P. Alright, so I will say x plus 1 square and then plus y plus 1 square. Alright, this term formula equals to 2. Definitely I will move the square root to the other side, become 2 square, which is 4. And then I'll expand here, x squared plus 2x plus 1. And then plus y squared plus 2y plus 1, sorry. And then I will just simplify x squared plus y squared plus 2x plus 2y plus 2 minus 4 minus 2 equals to 0. Okay, this one is the equation of the locus. Alright, just like this. Very simple. Okay, I hope you can understand how I do this question. Let's move on. Number 10. Integration. So what about AP equals to PD? AP equals to PD. No, AP will not equals to PD because P is this circle, right? PD can be distance 0. AP cannot equals to PD, but AP can equals to AD. Yes, because the distance from A to P is 2, right? So whenever you get 2, then you can say they are equal lah. You can say the AP, because the radius is 2, right, can equals to AD, or you can equals to AE, or you can say equals to 2. Any of it is correct, but cannot equals to PD, because PD distance is the radius is not 2. Alright, let's move on to question number 10. What's the time now? Okay, it's 12 o'clock. Alright, okay, so let's see about this question. Okay, number 10. Integration. Find the coordinate P, find the shaded area, shaded region A, and then volume. Okay, the volume when the region B rotate 360. Okay, this is very easy question, so you should get all correct. Okay, first you want to find the coordinate P. So you know P basically is intercept of the straight line and the curve, isn't it? So it's just simultaneous. So in order to do simultaneous, maybe I make x as a subject. So equals to 9 minus y. I'm going to substitute back into this equation. So therefore, I will get y squared equals to 9. My x is 9 minus y. Alright. Plus 1. Okay, x, this one is x plus 1 because I sub the x into it. So y squared will equals to, let me just solve inside first lah. 9 plus 1 is 10 minus y. Alright, so y squared equals to 90 minus 9y. So y squared plus 9y minus 90 equals to 0. And then I will factorize this one. So this is my y, and y, in order to get 9y, I will use, okay, 15 and 6, I guess, 15 and 6, and positive and negative. Okay, so yeah, should be correct. Okay, so y is equals to negative 15 or y equals to 6. Okay, based on the diagram, your y value is over here. So negative 15 is definitely wrong because your y value is above x-axis. So I will take this one. Then I want to find the x value. X will equals to 9 minus, the y is 6, right? So x equals to 3. So I can easily get the coordinate, which is 3, 6. Okay, just the simultaneous. So can we use the y equals to 9 minus x to sub into the curve? Yes, you can sub y into the curve here, but I will not do that because this is y squared. That means I need to expand the bracket, right? This is x power 1. Definitely we make x subject will be faster and easier. But if you make y as subject, you will still get the same answer with mine. Just more work to do. Alright. Okay, then we find a coordinate P. We got 2 mark. Okay, you want to find the shaded region of A. So let me just erase all this because it's not useful already. Okay, then now I want to find the shaded region of A. So in order to get the shaded region, my idea is like this. I will integrate the curve. from 0 to 3. Then if I integrate the curve from 0 to 3, basically I will get the whole area under the curve. Alright, this is the idea. So toward x-axis, so this is dx, this is y. Alright, then I will plus the area of triangle. I hope you actually can see this is area of triangle. So triangle, definitely I need to know this value. Here is 6, it's very easy. So I need to find what is this coordinate. Luckily, I have the equation of straight line. So I know on the x-intercept, the y will equal to 0. So I will make the y 0. So my x equals to 9. Alright, so this is 9. Then plus triangle is half multiplied base. 3 to 9 is 6 unit, right? And then the height will be 6. Alright, this is how we do it. So I integrate 0 to 3. Definitely dx means this one must in term of x. Then only you can differentiate. Alright, I mean then only you can integrate. So in term of x, so yeah, so I will need to move the square to, okay, I will need to move the square to the other square root. So we will actually solve this one a bit first. Okay, so this one will be square root 9 and then square root x plus 1. I just separate them because square root 9 is 3. Okay, and square root x plus 1, I will just make it become x plus 1 power half. Okay, so 3 I will leave it outside, and x plus 1 power half I will write here, dx. Alright, this one I simplify, I will get 18. So I will solve this one. So I will integrate this one. Integration law tell me that power plus 1 divided by total power. So half plus 1 you get 3 over 2 over 3 over 2. Alright, this is how I write the 3 over 2. You might think the over 2 should be here, but because divide and divide again, so the 2 will go up already. Okay, if you don't understand, then you can try to actually do it manually. Alright, and then you need to differentiate whatever thing inside the bracket. So the thing inside the bracket here is x plus 1. If I differentiate x plus 1, I will get 1. So I write here. So here is 0, 3 plus 18. Okay, so yeah, I have the 2 over 3 over here, so I will simplify 3 and 3 here. Okay, so I will take the 2 out. Yeah, you can take the constant value, always can take it out. Then only I substitute 3 into here. So I have 3 plus 1 power of 3 over 2. And then plus 0 plus 1 power of 3 over 2 plus 18. Okay, so okay, 4 power of 3 over 2, which is 8. This is 1 plus 18. So this is 9. 18 plus 18 is 36. Right, it's a lot of work to do, but I hope you can understand it. Okay, this is how we get to 36. So let me move on. Okay, B, rotate 360 on the y-axis. Okay, so now your area B, which is here, just in case you couldn't see it, this is your area B. This one going to rotate 360 degree on the y-axis. Okay, 360 degree on the y-axis. If we want to find the volume to rotate on y-axis, our formula is pi, and then this one is something like A to B is on y-axis. This one will need to be dy, right? So here will be x squared. Alright, so in this case, okay, let me just scroll a little bit because some students cannot see. Alright, so in this case, I need to know what is A to B. My A to B is from 0 to this value, but I don't have this value, so I will find this value. This value basically is y-intercept. Y-intercept, I will make x equals to 0. Y squared equals to 9. 0 plus 1. So it's basically 9 times 1 is 9. So y is positive negative 3. It's square root positive negative 9. But I know this is positive 3 because it's on the positive zone. So here is from 0 to 3. Because it rotates on y-axis. So I will see the range is from, the definite is from y-axis. So it will be 0 to 3. Okay, so yeah, some students, if you want to go to rest, yeah, please feel free to go to rest because it's quite late already. Yeah, so I will try to finish it by today. Okay, so yeah, and then x squared. That means from this equation, I will need to make x as a subject, or even I can say I want to make x squared a subject. So this is what happened. I will need to rearrange the equation. So I have y squared. I move over 9, I will get x plus 1. Okay, so this is x will be y square over 9 minus 1. Okay, so okay, so I will write this one, y square over 9 minus 1 square, because must be x square. So this is the formula. So yeah, then we will start to integrate it. Okay, so if they ask to rotate on the y-axis, means must use the values on the y-axis. Yes, rotate on the y-axis, you have to use the value on the y-axis. If x-axis means the opposite, yes, you are right. Okay, so I will integrate here. So if I integrate here, this is what happened. So okay, for y square, okay, and it's square again. Okay, I will recommend you to expand the bracket. Okay, so we don't start to integrate it. We better expand this one first. So I try to expand y square minus 9 minus 1 square. Alright, so if I expand this one, I actually get y. Okay, I basically get y power of 4 over 81 minus 2y square over 9 plus 1. Alright, you just expand this bracket because it's square. Then I will integrate this one. Y power of 4 over 81 minus 2y square over 9. 2 over 9. I hope I don't make mistake. Okay, plus 1. This is minus plus 1 and dy. Alright, then only I start to do the integration. Alright, so power plus 1 will be 5. So 5 divided by 5. So this one will be 405. Minus power plus 1, 2y power of 3. Divide by 3. This is 27. Plus 1, you will get y. And then you will get 3, 0. Alright, so then you will sub the, okay, we can ignore about 0 because 0 sub into all the y, you get 0. So you just need to solve about the 3 thing. So 3 power of 5 over 405 minus 2, 3 power of 3 over 27 plus 3. Alright, 3 power of 3 is 27. So 27 and 27 I can simplify. So we get negative 2 plus 3 is just positive 1. Alright, so I can use the calculator lah. So 3 power of 5 over 405. 3 power. Fraction, power, we have fraction. Oh, no. It's 3 power of 5, which is correct. Over 405 plus 1. So we had 8 over 5 pi. If you want to write the unit, it's just unit cube. Okay, or you can change it into a decimal, which is the 1.6 pi. Alright, units cube. Or you don't write the units, it's fine also. Alright, so yes, finally we in the question 11. Linear law. Wow, we still have section C. I guess section C maybe we will continue on Saturday. So this one will be the last question today because it's already more than 2 hours already. So what if they ask about 180 or any other degree? I don't think they will ask about 180 degree. So far I only see about 360. They do ask about 180, maybe you will see something like this. If 180 means you will have something like this on the x-axis. Okay, because this area you just need to rotate 180 degree. You just need to rotate 180 degree. You already will get the whole volume. Okay, but it only have part of it. Then this one, in order to form the, okay, this one is rotate on the x-axis. Sorry, yeah, rotate x-axis 180 degree. Then you can get the whole volume because you just imagine this one is half of it already. This one is another half. So they plus together, the whole thing just rotate 180 degree. You will actually get a whole kind of sphere lah. It's not exactly a sphere, but it's oval, something like that. Alright, but then this one must rotate 360 degree in order to get the volume. Okay, so anyways, okay, this one will be our last question. And yeah, this one hang. This one I will not draw, but I will teach you how to draw. Okay, so use the table to provided to answer this question. So you have the table for x and y. The table 11 show the values of two variables x and y obtained from an experiment. So the variable x and y is related by the equation. Okay, where p and q is constant. So now the question actually asks you to form a table which is 1 over y over 1 over x. So that means, because you know this topic, linear law is equals to y equals to mx plus c, right? This is the main formula for this topic. So the question already tell you your y must be 1 over y. M is your gradient, x must be 1 over x plus c. So now my objective is trying to make this equation look like this. Then I can easily know what is my m and what is my c. Then I can get the c from my diagram, because c is just my y-intercept. So this value is just cm. I will just take any two coordinate. I will just take any two coordinate on the line, and then I use the gradient formula to find my m. Okay, just this simple. So what I will do now is I will rearrange this equation to make it into that pattern. So the first thing is I will try to cross over multiply first. So it's px plus qp equals to x. Okay, so oh my god. Okay, so never mind. Let's see what I can do. Okay, pxy plus qp plus qpy is equals to x. Okay, in order to get the over xy, so what I will try to do is I divided xy for whole thing. I divide xy, I divide xy, I divide xy here. Okay, then you can see what happened here is x and x simplified, y and y simplified. I left a p here. This one y and y simplified, I will left a qp multiply 1 over x. This one x and x simplified, I left 1 over y. So therefore I already got it. So this 1 over y equals to, I can call it pq or qp, 1 over x plus p. So in this case, my gradient is pq and my y-intercept will be p. Alright, and then how to find p and q is very simple. You just need to draw the thing in the graph. But then the problem is, before you start to draw the graph, you don't have the table for 1 over x and 1 over y. So what you need to do over here is you need to form your own table. So you form your own table. That means this one will be 1 over x, this one will be 1 over y. 1 over x, that means you just use your calculator, 1 divided by x value, which is 3. So the first one is 0.33. I guess 2 decimal normally is enough. So 1 over 4 is 1 divided by 4. So you will get 0.25. And so on. Okay, so the 1 over y, that means 1 divided by 1.02. Then you will get something like 0.98. I mean 0.98. So this one is like 1 divided by 0.542. Then you will get 1.85. And so on. So you will find all the value by yourself. After that, you just plot all this value into your table based on the unit they give you. They tell you the 2 centimeter for 0.5 units on the on 1 over x, and 2 centimeter 0.5 for 1 over y. Alright, then you just plot it in the graph paper. So that means you have to make sure you measure your graph paper every 2 centimeter here. Every 2 centimeter here is 0.5. Another 2 centimeter here is another 0.5, which is 1.0. So another is 1.5. So you will do the same thing for y, 0.5, and then you will get 1.5 and so on. Okay, so and then you will got 1.0 or 1.5, and then you will plot everything into it, and then you want to find the P and Q. Basically it's very simple. So you need to find P first. Example, this is just an example, right? Yeah. So example, if you draw already, your value of y-intercept, let's say, is 1.2. Then because P is the y, it's not y-intercept, vertical intercept, because this is 1 over y over 1 over x. So your vertical intercept is P, right? So I will say P equals to 1.2. So how do I find the gradient? Gradient is PQ, right? Then I will take any of two coordinates to do the y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And then I will sub my P into it, then I can find the values of Q. Alright, then after that you want to find the y value when x is this one, you just sub. Okay, so this one is from the graph, because they say using the graph. So that means you cannot straight away sub this value into your equation, which is wrong. So what you can do is, this is 8, right? You just convert this one into 1 over 8, which is 1 divided by 8, which is 0.125. And from your graph there, you're going to find where is 0.125. 0.125 may be somewhere here. Then you're going to move up. You will get you will go to horizontal to find what is your 1 over y value. Example, let's say you got 0.2 here. That means I will say 1 over y equals to 0.2. So my y will equals to 1 over 0.2. Then I can get my answer correctly, which is 5. But all this value over here is I assume, because I don't really draw it. If I draw it, I can easily find all this value. Okay? Yeah, so that's all for question 11. Yeah, so for the section C, I will actually discuss it on the, because Saturday we will have another virtual class. So I will discuss it on the Saturday, because now it's about 12:30 already, I guess. Yeah, and then we still have the 4 very long questions we haven't do. So the final answer must have 4 decimal or significant. So okay, so I guess 4 significant figure will be good. But if you want to 4 decimal, also the question won't mark you wrong. But for MF, if I do it myself, I will use 4 decimal all the time. We have to put 2 decimal on the table. Okay, it's very depends on the skill. If you ask me like how many decimal you should put on the table, okay, because for the question just now, 2 centimeter is basically 0.5, right? So 0.5 you have 10 box over there. So I will use 0.5 divided by 10. So each boxes is 0.05. 0.05 which is 2 decimal. So normally you can just use the 2 decimal. You can easily get it correct. Unless the question trying to trap you, they tell you like 2 centimeter equals to 0.01. Okay, if 2 centimeter equals to 0.01 in your graph, then that means you divide 10, you have 3 decimal. You have 0.001. Then that means your table will need to be 3 decimal. But so far, I never see any 3 decimal linear law question. So I would say 2 decimal will be good. So much satisfaction and knowledge in one class. Okay. Yeah, you are most welcome. I guess it's very late already. So all of you, please go to rest. And yeah, I will see you guys on Saturdays. Will MS be like Sejarah? Yeah, I heard a lot of students say this year Sejarah is extremely difficult, because even I have one student, he said he memorized about 700 questions in MCQ for Sejarah, but only come out few only. So I guess the Sejarah for this year is very hard. On the binomial distribution graph, how to know when to calculate it? Okay, for the distribution table, I don't know, do I have the table right now? If I have, I can explain a little bit. Okay, just give me a moment. Okay. for this table over here, the z value actually is the value at the side here. Whatever value on the middle here is a probability. So if you don't understand about this one, please go to check out my probability distribution video. I think I make few about that. I explain until very detailed in that video. But that video I made about few years ago lah, so you have to tolerate my terrible English. Okay, so yeah, I'm so happy some students actually become very motivated. Yeah, the Fiona. Yeah, good for you. Yes, so yeah, please go to rest early and then I will see you guys soon. Yeah, so if you have any question, please post a question either to the Telegram to ask the student to let other students help you, or just post onto the y=mx+c Facebook group. Don't post on in the page, because right now I have so many questions in my page and I haven't replied them. So you post in the group, a lot of other students and or other teacher can actually trying to help you. Alright. Okay, will you do the live stream for math? Alright. Actually, I have quite a lot of requests about math. I'm thinking to make one live stream for math, but just depend which day, because math is on 13, right? 13 is let me see, when is 13? 13 actually is on Monday. So maybe I would say maybe, I'm not 100% sure. It's on Monday, right? Yeah, so maybe I will have the virtual class or live class for math on Monday night. For paper 1, maybe for paper 1. Yeah, because paper 1 is quite short. I hope it's quite short. Yeah, because paper 1 have a lot of K-bar question in paper 1. But yeah, I will choose one paper and I will live stream. Mostly will be on Friday night, because Friday the whole day I have a few classes over there. So I want to do live stream is after my class. So yeah, if I do it, it will be on Monday night. Make sure you stay tuned on my YouTube, then you can get the notification. Alright, so yes. Yeah, maybe I can give you all some tips about math lah. Because math for me is not that hard compared to MF. Yeah, so yeah, please go to rest. It's almost 1 AM already. Alright, I will see you guys on Saturday, and if we have the live class on Sunday, I'll see you guys on Saturday and Sunday. Alright, all the best, and please do more practice. Even you only left 1 week, don't give up, because a lot of students will think that I always fail the MF and 1 week I can't do much, because MF I heard the passing mark is very low. So 1 week actually can help you to get credit. If you have any problem, you can always go to check out my video. I have more than 400 videos in my YouTube channel, a lot of them about MF. So I hope some of the video can actually help you at least get credit for your MF. But if you're already very good in MF, I hope you all can get A lah. Because A I heard is 60 something already, you can get A, so it's very easy. So okay, so passing that one I heard is about 12 to 18 mark you already pass. Mean 1, 2 to 1A. But some teacher tell me it's 20 something. But as an MF student, I actually expected you have to give yourself at least you get 40 mark lah. Because you think that 40 mark is very hard to get, but you have to think this way. You wrong 60% in both paper, which you already wrong more than half in both paper, which is like, for me, it's a bit terrible if you wrong so much. You already wrong more than half. So just give yourself a goal or a mission. At least you must correct half and you got wrong half. It's still acceptable. You cannot like both paper, also you cannot do all question, right? You already studied MF for 2 years. Yeah, I hope a lot of you can get A. And if you really get an A and then my video really help you, please give me a testimonial in my Facebook page so that I can help more and more students. And please help me to share my YouTube channel to your friend or your junior. Yeah, because it's not easy to start a channel and make all the video for free. Alright, so yeah, A is about 660. Some teacher tell me it's about 55. I am not 100% sure. You can always go to Google it. Yeah, Google have everything. Okay. Yeah, if it continues talk, I think all of you can't go to rest. So that's all for today. Good night and all the best. Do more practice. Bye bye.